Hi, everyone. I'm Ramya, and I lead programming for civics and news at Google. It's great to be back at PDF. I should first start by saying that we have a workshop later on during PDF Open at 4:30 today. I'll be speaking along with my colleague, Jamie Albers from our Jigsaw team, and we'll really be getting into detail about some of the tools that you can use to protect yourself and verify information online. But for this, I'm just going to give you a very quick snapshot and maybe try to entice you into attending the full workshop. So I think we know misinformation has become a pretty big crisis. I'm not going to dwell on the US examples, but a few recent examples from around the world. In India, on this slide, you'll see a 2,000 rupee note from India. And a rumor started to circulate last year on social media that there was a GPS chip embedded within this note of currency that was tracking activity. And it actually caused people to start ripping up the currency to find the chip. Another example, in France, an Oxford University study found that 1/4 of political information that was shared in the lead up to the French election was based on misinformation. So what can we do? What do we do when we encounter information online that we're not sure about? Some of the tools are actually easily at our disposal. And one of those is Google reverse image search. Has anyone ever used it before? Great, perfect. Well, a lot of people know that you can search for images on Google, but what you may not realize is that you can actually put a URL of an image into reverse image search and find out more information about that photo and its origins. Let's look at an example. Some of you may have seen this image circulating in the search for Malaysian Airlines Flight 370. It trended very heavily on Twitter when the news broke. But if you use Google reverse image search, what you'll find is that this image is actually from the TV show Lost. It's a still image, and it's been cleverly photoshopped, it looks like. So there are some basic tools that we can use, but with the massive amount of imagery on the web, it's often difficult to know at first glance what's real and what's been kind of faked. And another kind of major issue we're seeing right now, and Jan referred to it, is cyber attacks. He talked about some of the attempts on the Macron campaign in France. Another example, on the eve of the Dutch election, we saw a DDoS attack that happened on a major voter guide site, which was one of the main places where voters were going to get information about the candidates. And that site was taken completely offline. And the people who are at risk are the people, a lot of you in this room, journalists, nonprofits, activists, political campaigns, and politicians. And so we have a suite of free tools. Again, my colleague Jamie is going to get into detail about this later in our workshop. Things like Project Shield, which helps defend against DDoS attacks. Two-step verification and authentication. Thank you, Andrew, for kind of doing that poll. Password alert. And again, these are really simple tools that you can use right now to make sure you're more secure. So I hope you can join us at 4:30. We're in room 220W. And if not, you can go to our Protect Your Election site, which details all of these tools. Thank you so much. Sorry.